Good morning. So, what I was wanting to talk to you about this morning it's kind of along the lines of a Stoic philosophy thing. And it's basically the first thing I do each morning is I will watch usually something from Ryan Holiday on Daily Stoic just to kind of get me into the right headspace for the day. And I do that whilst I do a little bit of a journaling exercise in the morning. And journaling, if you've been kind of following me for a little while, you'll know that that was something that I wanted to get into doing for a long time since I was involved in coaching because it felt like a good outlet for things and to kind of understand what was going on in my head. Eventually, I managed to find that that took a while, because there's many different ways of doing it out there. But yeah, so I have half a dozen journal prompts that I do, and I do it in the morning time, and I watch a bit of a daily Stoic video. And there was something that Ryan Holiday had said that really resonated with me, and I think it is one of the reasons why people make themselves unhappy in the sort of modern life that we lead at the minute with everything that goes on. You know, everyone's so busy. Um, Social media is a big force in there that has such a big effect on us that we don't even realize a lot of the time. Um, and it kind of drives a lot of the other stuff that can go on sometimes, where you have like mindset malfunctions. Is how I think of them. What he referred to it as was, stop looking for the third thing. And this was not something I'd come across before, but it makes sense. So, the first and second thing are you do something for someone, they benefit from it in some way. So that's the first and second thing. But what most of us are doing, whether we like to admit it or not, is that we're looking for the third thing. And the third thing is that we're looking for um, for some kind of credit, some kind of appreciation. Um, and that is one of the things that's making us unhappy, especially if we are doing the first and the second thing in order to achieve the third thing. So for me, that one of the biggest things about Stoic philosophy is that you're supposed to be always endeavoring to be this good, kind person as much as you can. They weren't robots, they aren't robots. There was a lot of kind of reflecting every day about the previous day. How did I do? How did I was I a good, kind person? How can I be better the next day? So it wasn't like they were perfect, and I'm certainly not perfect. Um, but just that kind of review process of kind of what is my motivation here, and there is a lot of kind of superficiality about our life these days. If you take social media for example, and I have no axe to grind with social media other than the fact that it took me many years to recognize how unhappy it was making me feeling. But if you think of people that you know well who are on social media, um, think of if it's someone who confides in you things about their life, and then compare what you know about their life, which admittedly, no matter how close to them you are, it's not everything. You don't know all the ins and outs of their life, but you have a better understanding than maybe Joe Schmo who doesn't know them. Compare that to the how they want their life to appear on social media, and I can certainly I can think of a recent very good example that I obviously won't share on here of knowing what goes on in someone's life actually to some degree versus how they present their life on social media. And it is a perfect example of how social media works. So social media is how how you kind of want your life to be, how you want your life to look and how you want your life to be presented. And it can be a real driver to make other people unhappy because they go, oh well, look at X and how they're getting on. So there is that kind of degree to it as well. So when you're doing things on a daily basis, make sure that you're doing them for the right reason. If you're doing things for yourself as well, thinking about that third thing, It can apply to other things other than you doing things for other people. So, you know, you do something for yourself that you benefit from. You know, you don't necessarily need to be like patting yourself on the back about these things. So, you know, we can really get into this habit of yearning for something to be there as that third thing. You know, doing something we benefit from it, we expect to feel good about it, but we don't. And instead, we just feel a bit empty and a bit hollow. And then we're in this continuous um, striving um, for, you know, for appreciation and credit. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a pat on the back from time to time, but you'll get so much more satisfaction from it if you're not looking for it. And this, I should also say, as a parent, this doesn't apply to, you know, when you're trying to teach your children manners, essentially. So I think there definitely is a role for um, you're obviously hammering that with your children, like getting them to say please and thank you. So the person that's done something nice for them that they've benefited from, you know, they shouldn't necessarily be expecting that thank you, but they should definitely be getting it because, you know, we want as many of our kids as possible to be growing up with good manners. But yeah, if you want to be generally a bit happier in life, just think about why you're doing things. Okay, are you constantly looking for that third thing? When you don't get it, how does it make you feel? When you do get it, how does it make you feel? Yeah, just think about what's motivating you. Because actually, just knowing that you are doing the right things as much as possible on a daily basis should be enough, essentially. Okay. Excuse me, still suffering from all the many children viruses in the house. Let me know what you think about that. I had never come across this before. Let me know what you think about this concept of like people looking for the third thing, or you looking for the third thing from yourself. Let me know if there's been any examples of this in your life recently. It'd be great to hear from you.